Hi, this is Loren Bauman from Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden here in Littleton, Colorado, and I'm going to show you how to plant sod in a bald area. Now, everyone has those areas in the yard that they just can't stand because there's no grass. Whether it's from the rabbits sitting there eating it to the ground, the kids running over the same area, dogs running in the same area, or in some cases, putting too much weed killer in an area. So what we've done here is already prepared the soil. What I've done is dug out the soil, turned it over about 6 inches deep. Because I have what I call crud here, which is really bad clay, I've added a topsoil and compost mixture, which gives me this nice dark color to it. There's a lot of areas that you have good soil. You just need to add either a little bit of compost or sphagnum peat, and you're good to go. Now, once I've dug it out 6 to 8 inches and I've mixed everything in and I've kind of smoothed it out, I've got my sod. Now, there's different types of sod. We use a bluegrass here in Colorado. A lot of places use a fescue. The prep is the same, so you're not going to have to worry about changing it for fescue or buffalo grass. So what I've got is I'm going to start. Now, my rolls of sod are roughly about 5 square feet. So I'm going to start placing them in the ground. And when I do this, I'm going to put a second piece over here, but I don't want the sod to line up end to end. I want to have a little bit of space or a little bit of overlap up here. Part of that just has to do with the watering and to get the grass to grow together. So I'm going to put the first piece in here. Now you can use a sod roller to kind of pack it down when this is all done. I have a little tamper that I'll use later after I watered it in probably 2 or 3 times over the next week. And as you can see, I've got my sod. I'm going to leave a little bit of space right here at the end. I'm going to actually cut off the corner here. And then I've got this coming up here. Again, I'm now going to need to fill in up here and down here. The good thing is I can take my one other piece here and it'll fit at both ends. Now, once you get this planted, once you get it put down, you're going to want to mist it 2 to 3 times a day for just a couple minutes because you don't want that swamp feel. So when you touch it and you hear a sucking sound, cut back on the water just a little bit. If it's, kind of like a desert, you're going to need to pick it up a little bit. Sod will turn colors quickly if it's not getting enough water. It'll also turn colors if it's getting too much. So it's, kind of depends on if you're getting rain, but for the most part, 2 to 3 times a day, 2 minutes, you're good to go. So what I'm going to do here is quickly cut off a corner using my just a nice utility knife works real well. Okay, clean that edge up just a little bit, and that matches. That way when my grass goes together, it's going to mesh real well. So I'm going to grab my last piece. Now, once you put this sod down, you're going to want to make sure you don't walk on it for a couple weeks because the roots really need to get adapted. Once you start walking on it, it's going to compact everything. And that makes it a little difficult for the sod to get established. So I've got my sod here. I need to make my cuts. They're going to come straight across, so I'm just doing a cut that's going to be in this area here. And you got to be real careful that your knee is not in the middle where your blade is so you don't cut yourself while you're doing sod. But a nice sharp blade always works well. There we go. And now this sod will fit right in the corner in here. Can't really tell there's much of a seam here or here. And I'm going to do that for the rest of this entire area. So key things to remember when you're doing your sod, you're going to make sure you get a good soil prep. You want to stay off your sod for a couple weeks once you've put it down. Mist a couple times a day for about 2 to 3 weeks. And you'll have a nice green lush lawn spring, summer, and fall. This is Loren Bauman at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden in Littleton, Colorado. Thank you for watching.